The White Horse, Prophetic Dream. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I already shared a dream about the red horse, and I was asking the Lord questions concerning the other two horses because the Bible speaks about four horses, and I'd seen the white horse and the red horse. So I was wondering about the other horses, like, are they out? Are they coming? What is happening? So I had this dream. The Lord also wanted to correct some things. Okay, I don't know why I thought this, but I used to think that a white horse would come, okay, and it would pass, and then the red horse will come. And after the rider of the red horse comes, it will leave, and then the third rider of the pale horse would come. But no, they will all be running. So the white horse, the first seal has already been opened. I already saw the white horse already. I'll be sharing a dream. In this dream, I saw the white horse again. So it's the first horse, that is the white horse, and then the red horse. So the white horse came, and the rider came with his rider, and it's wreaking havoc. And then the second rider, which is the red horse, is already riding. The seal is already being opened. So my question was, where are the other horses? So the Lord was making me understand that those two horses, they are still running, and the other horses that are still coming are just coming in to join them, to just wreak more havoc. And the Lord was also clearing up my idea of the horses. I love horses. And the Lord was just wanting to make me understand that there's nothing beautiful about these horses or what they're bringing to pass. Okay, just to clarify some things. Okay, let me just do I read the word first, or do I tell the dream? Let's read the word. Okay, Revelations chapter 6. Okay, it is titled The Seals. I watched as the lamp opened the first of the seven seals. Then I heard one of the four living creatures say in a voice like thunder, "Come." I looked, and there before me was a white horse. That's the first horse. His rider held a bow, and he was given a crown, and he rode out as a conqueror bent on conquest. Verse 3. When the lamp opened the second seal, I heard the second living creature say, "Come." Then another horse came out, a fiery red one. Its rider was given power to take peace from the earth and to make men slay each other. To him was given a large sword. So that's another thing that the Lord was correcting. I used to think that it was the fourth horse, the black horse, the death horse, the Hades horse, that was going to be bringing a lot of death. But apparently, the Lord was clearing to me that no, it starts way before that. So I was expecting to see other horses. So I was surprised to see the white horse. So it's still wreaking havoc. It's still busy. Okay. So I want to concentrate on the first seal because my dream took me to the first seal. Okay, and I'm not here arguing with someone who said they've seen all the four horses running. I'm just telling you what the Lord has revealed to me. I will never undermine what another person has seen. I'm just telling you what the Lord has revealed to me. So the Lord took me to already in my dream, I've already seen the first and the second horse, the white and the red horse. So I'd like to get in on the dream. I had this dream on the 30th of August 2024. Why am I only sharing it now? Because I felt like, okay, I've already shared the dream about the second seal, the red horse, which means automatically if I'm seeing the red horse out, it means the white horse is already out. Because in the first dream I shared, I saw the white horse and the red horse, and the focus was on the second horse, on the red horse. So I've been asking the Lord questions, and I feel that the Lord is leading me to share this word, and I believe after sharing it, then the Lord will be able to reveal more, because if I sit on some dreams and think they're for me and my family only, the Lord might just not reveal more. Okay. So that's why I'm revealing the dream. I was not keeping the dream to myself out of selfishness. I just felt like if I've revealed a dream about the red horse, then obviously the white horse is already, the rider is out. The seal has already been opened, like it's already wreaking its own havoc. But this is not what I had imagined about the red horse. This is my dream. I had this dream on the 30th of August 2024. I woke up breathing faster than normal, like someone recovering from shock or terror. Okay, and this is the white horse Nocha, like who would have thought? The one that looked even more majestic in my dream. So I dreamt I was in someone else's house. Okay, this was the friend's house. I don't know this friend in waking life. In the dream, this was my friend. When I arrived at the house, they were already watching TV. Okay, now the owner of the house was a lady, and when I arrived, she already had guests, which was a guy and a lady. So the owner of the house, the host, the lady, my friend, okay, she was leaning against the washing machine or something. Okay, she was looking from the kitchen, looking into the living room where the other two guests were. When I first came in, as I was speaking to her, okay, and the two visitors, the lady and the guy, they were not a couple. The lady and the guy, they sat on something comfy. They were not sitting on a couch. It was just some cushy thing. Okay. So I joined the two, and I sat in the middle. Okay. When I came in, I just sat in the middle because I wanted to sit on those cushy things. Okay. I don't know what to call that thing. So as we watched the TV, it was then that we saw a white horse. It was a bit blurry at first, yet the blue sky around it, sorry, yet the blue sky around it got more blue in color. So as the sky around the horse began to get more blue in color, it was then that we could see the wings on the horse. At this time, I was already shouting and excited, and I was ready to cry too. The lady next to me began to exclaim with me, like we began to like shout, like the white horse, like we couldn't believe it. Like in the dream, we understood that what we were watching was not normal. Okay, she said that she had never witnessed such a thing and was deeply moved. Like we are both looking at this TV, looking at this horse, like, oh my God, this is like, tell me this is not happening. We are literally seeing this on TV. The horse even has wings. And in my first dream, none of the horses had wings, but this one, the wings were able to be extended nicely. We could see like, oh wow, this horse actually has wings. Okay. So it was then that I asked for the name of the channel. Okay, they gave me some name, and I realized it was one of the Mnet channels, okay, or one of the DSTV channels. So now, this, what we're looking at, began to appear more and more like a painted picture. Now we're looking at the screen, at a horse. Now it's starting to look more and more like a painted picture. It's no longer moving. It was clear. It was a clear sign from God, okay? It was not a mere documentary. It was a once off and never to be repeated kind of a thing. As we watched this picture, it was alive on screen. Although it was changed into a painting, this painting was alive, and it was alive on the screen. As I focused on the TV, the guy who was seated on my right became jealous of us because he didn't understand what the excitement was about. He didn't understand what's happening. What are we talking about? Why are we excited? Like he didn't get it. He didn't know anything about the horses of Revelations, and it was certain it's not time to teach him or to brief him Okay, we were busy concentrating. So this guy became jealous of us. So he began to block my eyes and he began to pull on me. But I needed to see everything and I needed to see it clearly. I knew that I was missing out on something very important, on something very special. But because he was acting childish, I allowed myself to fall to the ground so I could escape his clutches, because he was busy pulling on me. As I allowed myself to fall to the ground, then he let me go. Then I set up, and since I was seated in the middle initially, I went to sit on the other side. So we put this lady in the middle. And I guess he feared or respected the lady more than me, I assumed she was older. So it was then that I realized that something happened. Like during that time, I missed out on something that happened. But what happened was, for sensitive viewers, I apologize in advance. It's a dream. Dreaming is not shopping. I don't choose what I see in my dreams. I realized that someone had gotten his head chopped, okay? And now his skull, but now it was no longer the head. Now we were looking at the skull. But now his skull was now being crushed like it was that of an animal. We sat there in shock, like from that scene of a beautiful horse with wings to see it crush a skull, as if crushing a skull of an animal. Like I got up breathing heavily, like I was in shock, like what in the world did I see? So, like I said, yes, I was not going to share the dream. But because I've been asking the Lord questions, there's always been that thing also at the back of my mind that the Lord showed me. The Lord already has given me another dream concerning the horse, but I never released it. And I never released it because I'm saying that the people already know. Like, why can't I just share what the Lord revealed to me? So I'm revealing this, trusting the Lord to answer more questions that I have concerning the book of Revelations. With the book of Revelations, in fact, with the Bible as a whole, it is written, but there is a lot. There's a lot of mysteries tied to them. If it was not so, when Jesus was born, Satan should have known who Jesus is. He should have been able to trace him. But there were things in between that were a mystery and a revelation that only God revealed to certain people. That's why the enemy was always a few steps behind. When King Herod had to ask the wise men, like, where is the savior? Where did they say he was born? I also want to go and worship there. So this shows that the enemy doesn't really have all the answers. Now, if the birth and coming of the Lord Jesus was a mystery, and even the death of the cross was a mystery, how much more the book of Revelation? And it was so that the enemy doesn't get to block it. And this is the same for our lives and what God has in store for us. God may have revealed dreams and visions and even used people to prophesy to you, but there are things that will remain a mystery, even in your dreams, so that the enemy is not able to block. There must always be cracks by which the enemy may try to block, but there must be cracks that the Lord can use so that his will does come to pass. If Satan knew that Jesus's death would mean Jesus going to hell to go and get the keys to Hades, he never would have touched the hair on his head. He never would have let him be killed. If anything, he would have assigned these demons to make sure that no one unalives the man. So this lets us know that the Bible is full of mysteries. So even with the book of Revelations, it's amazing how we want everything to happen exactly as it is, to the T, to the dot. Yet the philosophers, the Pharisees and the Sadducees, who dedicated their waking life to studying the word, understanding prophecy, what needs to take place, and its interpretation, they failed to be able to understand who Jesus was. It was only when he was killed that he truly was the Son of God. And that's how God operates. We thrive in the mysteries. God has to hide the prophet in the family so that they are protected. And although they may suffer persecutions because of the spirit they carry, the veil is not yet lifted until it is time. It's only after a certain time that they will say, truly, there was a prophet among us. He truly was the Son of God. She truly was the woman of God. He truly was sent from God. And that is for our protection. The same as our destinies, the same as our purpose, our assignment, our lives. They are surrounded with mystery to protect God's will in our lives. It's just basically just for protection. So yes, I wanted to share this dream because I continually ask the Lord questions concerning the end times. And when the Lord reveals to me, it's only wise and only good that I do share. Okay? So the Lord has placed it in my heart to share this for someone who may be asking, so where is the black horse? Where is the pale horse? All I can say is, I've seen the white horse and I've seen the red horse in my dreams. I got a dream visions of those. And no, I have not as yet seen the black horse, nor has the Lord revealed to me the pale horse. So according to my little understanding, since I'm not a scholar of the Bible, according to my little understanding and the revelations that I've received from the Lord, I say that according to me, the seals have not yet been opened. Especially looking at the third horse, which speaks about the scale. This lets us know about the famine, about the crushing, about what? About the financial institutions falling, about the all that it entails, the money, the famine. For me, it is not just about the money, it is not just about the banking institutions falling and crushing, the systems failing us, you know. It's also to do with everything, the farming, the crops, agriculture. And according to me, we are not yet there. And of course, the enemy will always try to fast forward things even when it is not time. Even when it is not time. The time will come when we'll have to bow down. We will be forced to bow down to images. And when we refuse, we could be beheaded. And we will not bow down. But the erection of the statues has started. And I believe that some of the statues are actually under the ground. I've already released a dream where I said there was a beautiful statue. I remember I worked closely to try and make out what it was because it was made of beautiful gold. But as we looked at it, the thing began to move, and the thing began to move like this. As it was rotating, but it was actually starting to move up. Then we realized, but underneath this thing, so what we were looking at was like the crown or the top of the image. But as the image got up, it was then that we realized, but this is an abomination. We may be required to bow down. When we realized that it is an image and we have to bow down, and we're like, okay, that's it. That was when we began to run. That was when we began to run. Yeah, I just had to throw it in there for someone else who might wonder, like, in the end times, will we have to go through any sufferings? I believe you already have the answers to that. The people in Ukraine can answer that for you. The people in the Middle East can answer that for you. The people who have to go through persecutions in Asian countries because of their Christian faith can answer that question for us. Just because sufferings has not come to our country or where we live, it doesn't mean that it's not already happening. So I don't want to make this video too long. So thank you guys. God bless.